This thing has me trapped in my car like Cujo. Get out of here. Go on, get. No, don't yell at me. Get. Welcome to Floridiots.
Hey.
I'm Totally Hotly Scott.
I'm J Pop Skogar. How are you?
And this is one of the 4,000 shows that we do.
Yes.
So
4,072.
we don't even, when the mic isn't on, we don't even talk to each other.
No.
We don't have zero friendship or relationship. We just do this.
Like every real radio or podcast.
Absolutely.
Couple, for sure.
I'm incredibly grateful that we get to do this. And we do some Florida man stories. And we make fun and we have a good time with it. But there is another side of it, which is a lot of the stories we do are people that were affected by mental health.
Yes.
Or have been incarcerated. That's where a lot of these Florida man stories lead to. So we'd like you to check out my show, which Jay also helps with. It's called Uncarcerated.
Yes. Great
And
show.
during Uncarcerated, we follow people as they come home from various institutions. And most recently, we talked to a doctor of mental health. Who talks about the idea that we're not treating people, we're just isolating them and re-traumatizing them.
And this is just a one-parter, right? You said you're going to talk to her again and everything?
Parts.
Okay,
yep.
Cool.
So if you want to check that out, anywhere where you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple iTunes, any Anchor, any of that stuff.
What was the doctor's name?
Dr. Jillian Vella.
Okay, cool.
Right. So, and that
check
show
her out
is
online,
called
guys.
Uncarcerated. Jay does a show called Powwow with Pops.
Pew.
And I think you've got a really cool guest coming up as well.
Yes. One of the guitarists from TSOL.
Oh.
So True Sounds of Liberty, and then also towards the end of October, me and Lee Scott, we're trying to connect a video show that's connected with the punk rock revival, which we were gonna try to go out to punk shows and actually interview punk bands, and
because they love that.
They do.
They do.
I mean, the ones our age love it.
They love to be interviewed.
They do.
They love radio.
They do. I mean, this is different, but no, we'll have to check
Gainesville
it out.
has we're very proud of the punk rock community here. Yeah. Obviously, bands that have made it big, and then bands who haven't that are also amazing. Like we let off a couple weeks ago with Strike Force Diablo, who not nationally known, but amazing band. And so if you want to check that show out, you got Powwow Pops, and then Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern you can listen to our punk rock show, the Punk Rock Revival, on WGOT.org. That's WGOT.org. And so there you go. Those are all the places that you can check us out. And we just want to let you know that that's what, it's not like we're just, hey, guy went to jail, fuck him. We actually.
This is real stuff. And all of our shows, I think you'll notice where we're coming from and where the love is. So
now let's make fun of people.
Well, what do we got first?
We got a Florida man.
Uh-oh. Weird.
Being sent to prison for lying about hurricane damage. Florida man, age 27, sentenced to 2 years in feds.
That's never happened.
For lying and receiving Hurricane Irma benefits, totaling, by the way, 2 years in prison. How much money do you think he stole from the government?
$50,000.
$8,000. 2 years of his life for $8,000.
$8,000.
We couldn't have just taken like 6 months of the guy's paychecks.
Or looked at how long he's actually been paying for insurance and never used it.
Right. I mean,
like an investment.
If you're a white collar crime person,
one of these guys.
You just hire a lawyer and you can steal whatever you want.
Yep.
Right? Insurance companies stealing constantly from people, and yet now this guy's life is ruined or at least set back temporarily for a couple years for $8,000.
I know people that have defrauded.
Much more than I know people around free. Who have tree companies who go to where hurricanes are to defraud people.
Yeah.
So selling you a $10,000 generator.
Florida's quite known for that, about people. They move around during storms and stuff like that, companies, and they go out there to gouge all those people. So
I'm going to say something here. Maybe you don't agree with it, but it's factual. The reason this guy's going to prison is not because he stole $8,000 from the government. It's because he's young, poor, and black. That's why he's going to prison.
Okay.
So, Florida man hip thrusts a tree before punching a deputy and landing in jail. Florida man, age 21, allegedly high on drugs. Okay. When deputies found him naked humping a tree, he was then taken to Lehigh Acres Hospital and then promptly tased and beaten. I'm just kidding. I made that last part up. But
was there a squirrel inside just trying to get a nut?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, he was.
just making sure.
Listen, I have no problem with this guy naked humping a tree.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's you're being an arborist 150%.
He's a tree hugger.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He loved it more than Thomas Jefferson.
If you're that much of a Karen
Who was
that
an
you're
arborist.
calling the cops when you see a naked guy humping a tree, you need to check yourself.
Yeah.
Don't throw glass houses if you don't have stones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's
That
fucking
could be
bullshit.
dangerous.
You go, tree humper.
Yeah.
We're gonna support you. We'll write letters to the
Splinters
judge.
and all.
Whatever we got to do.
I'll help you
That's
remove the
right.
splinters.
He's a stump humper.
I got a good pair of tweezers.
And Florida man on trial for international conspiracy charges.
Oh, shoot.
For exporting $100,000 worth of helium and dive equipment to Libya, violating our embargo against Libya. Wow, dude, this guy's going to go to potentially 35 years in prison, violating an international. Is that you? That's how boring the story is.
No,
For the love of God, Jay, you're yawning in the middle of my story.
I can't believe someone would like. What? Okay, one. Libya is where Gaddafi was, right? Gaddafi's gone, right?
Gaddafi's out of there.
So I thought Libya was not a threat.
We still got an embargo, and that.
But for, I mean, what they're gonna do with helium gas?
Dive equipment. I don't understand. I mean, maybe we don't want them doing certain dives because
like
this is a total guess.
Stuff, like kind of doing
no,
terrorist stuff?
I'm thinking more like oil exploration or being able to tunnel in and create stuff for nuclear silos and stuff like that. Like,
interesting.
Potentially. But it doesn't matter. You can't send a donut to Libya. We have an international embargo. You can't send them anything.
That's crazy.
And that's how we punish whole groups of people for doing something that probably we were doing and also that only a few of their leaders were doing.
But,
so it's like Haiti. The way we treat Haiti is criminal. It's criminal. We've ruined that side. If you go to the Dominican side of the island, it's beautiful, right? Resorts, hotels. You go to the Haitian side, and they're always suffering from poverty and environmental issues, and that's because of the French and American logging companies that have gone in and razed it to the ground, So it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But that's crazy.
My favorite part of the story, though, the exchange between the Florida man was with a Libyan man named Osama bin Zadik. Swear to God, his name is Osama bin Zadik.
Not even gonna touch that one.
I feel like that was like a made-up like FBI name. Like, we're gonna catch this guy selling helium to Libya. What should we call ourselves? Just text him and tell him it's from Osama bin Zadik.
That was my nickname in summer camp.
It's my nickname on Grindr.
Jay Ben Zadik.
All right, so there's your Florida man stories
Sorry
this
about
week.
the penis jokes.
Humped a tree, stole money from the government, sent shit to Libya. Florida man has been active this week.
Woo.
We're rooting for you, buddy. Eventually, you're going to get away from this.
Yeah, something's gonna open up for you.
Yeah, maybe a hole in that tree.
Ah.